Hinata started walking to his house. When he got to the crossroad he almost turned right. Going right led to the bottom of the mountain he had rode his bike up so many times to get back and forth to school. Even though it could be tiring, he enjoyed the ride. It gave him time to think. Time to make decisions about his life. 2 weeks ago his mom got transferred to a new office building and his family had to move. His new house is closer to both his school and her new job. Hinata was proud of his mom. He knew she had worked hard for her family. Missing his thinking time was nothing compared to his mom's happiness. Walking through his front door, Hinata announced his return. Within seconds he could hear the pitter-patter of feet coming towards him. Just as he was putting on his house shoes he was attacked at the knees by his little sister. Hinata picked her up and carried her to the kitchen. His mom was over the stove preparing dinner. Look Kazan, Nii-chan is home. I see Chibi. Welcome home Shoyo. Thanks Kasan. Why don't you go get washed up for dinner? Okay. Hinata made his way to his room. He put his bag on his desk and grabbed his shower things. After showering and changing, went back to the kitchen. His mom had just finished setting the table. Nii-chan come sit by me. Okay. I drew you a picture at school today. Do you want to see it? Of course I do. After dinner though, okay? Okay. The Hinatas enjoyed their family dinner. Later Shoyo and Natsu played together until it was time for bed. Shoyo laid in bed thinking of his day. Hinata's thoughts, stupid Tsukishima. He always has to stick his nose in something. Why can't he just mind his business? The only reason he wants to know is so he can have blackmail. Like I'd ever give him the satisfaction of throwing this back in my face. Bakasaurus. I haven't been able to say it to myself, let alone someone else. Anyway, the first person I want to tell is Mom. Then maybe Yuki. They deserve to be the ones to know before anyone else. They've stuck by me through everything. Back in his room, Hinata took deep breaths and fell asleep within minutes the next day out front of the school gates. Look Tsuki, your boyfriend's waiting for you. Shut up Yams. He's not my boyfriend. Not yet. Seriously though, why haven't you confessed yet? You're being a tsundere, you know. You're one to talk. Why haven't you confessed to Yachi yet? If you must know, I plan on doing it Friday after practice. Why Friday? Her and her mom are going out of town for a few days, so I want to do it before then. Well, good luck then. Thanks, I guess. Tsuki saw Hinata waiting for him. He assumed that the bag Hinata was holding was his payment. Good morning, Yams. Hi Tsukishima. Yeah, is that my payment, shrimp? Hinata rolled his eyes. Hinata's thoughts, never too early to be salty, Shima, I guess. Back at the gates, yep, 2 fresh strawberry shortcakes, 1 Dino plushie and a shrimp does whatever I say for a day coupon. Tsuki took the bag from Hinata and looked inside. All things being accounted for, he walked away. Hinata watched Tsukishima leave. He turned to Yams. How can you stand being his friend? He wasn't always like this, so I know a different side of him than you do. Try not to judge him so harshly. You're saying this to someone who gets insulted and ignored on a daily basis. You and I don't share the same experience when it comes to him. You get to look past this side of him because you know a different version of him. I don't. Yams nodded his head. What could he say? Hinata was right. They started walking to the building. Once inside they parted ways. Hinata spotted Kageyama standing against the wall next to the door. As he got closer, Kageyama noticed him. Hey Kags. Hey Boke. I've asked you countless times to stop calling me that. I know. Anyways, are you ready for the test? Yeah, me and Yachi-san studied the past 2 nights. I'm confident. Are you? I think so. I passed the drill Tsukishima gave me, so I feel good about it. The bell rung, signaling class was starting. Hinata made sure to read each problem carefully. He used the memory trick that Tsukishima had taught him. He focused as hard as he could. Just as he finished the last problem, the teacher called for pencils down. Hinata and Kageyama exchanged glances. They were to study while the teacher graded their work. Hinata fidgeted in his seat. He needed to pass. Athlete had to maintain a certain grade in order to participate in club activities. The teacher passed back the tests face down. Hinata looked at Kageyama. He could tell Kags was just as nervous. The thing they had in common the most was their love for volleyball. The bell rung and students filled the halls. So how'd you do? You first. I didn't look yet. Me either. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. They flipped their papers and checked the scores. I passed. You. Same. For the first time today Hinata smiled that blindingly bright smile of his. The rest of his morning classes went by in a breeze. Finally the lunch bell rang. Hinata rushed out of class. He knew where Tsukishima ate lunch and he couldn't wait to show him the results. Tsukishima's thoughts, I can see his hair from here. He better had passed that test. However, part of me wants to keep using studying as an excuse to spend time with him. I know that's selfish, but still. Back at table. If you keep running like that shrimp, the wind will carry the paper away. We did it. I passed. Good. Now I don't have to spend my nights with a human tangerine. Oh. What is it now, shrimp? It's just I was so focused on passing the test that I didn't think about that. About what, shrimp? Well, I kinda got used to hanging out after school. I thought we aren't even friends. Hinata's thoughts. And Tsukishima is back. He never misses a chance to throw something back in my face. Try not to judge him so harshly. How can I not? Tsukishima's thoughts. So did I, shrimpy. I guess that's over now. Unless. Back at the table if you want, you can still come over sometimes. Really? Did I stutter? Do you always have to be like this? Just salty for no reason. What happened to you to make you like this? Thanks for the offer, but no thanks. For your benefit as well as mine and the team's, I'm going to keep studying hard so you won't ever have to worry about helping me again. Hinata walked back to his class. There was still 20 minutes left for lunch. He sat at his desk and ate the meal his mom had prepared for him. Well, that was a dumpster fire. Whatever. Just eat so we can go back to class already. End of the school day. At practice Hinata had to practice blocking with Tsukishima. He didn't say a word to him unless it was about blocking. Tsukishima's thoughts. He'll barely look my way. I have to do something. An apology should fix it for now. If I want to make any progress, I have to talk to him alone. Yams was right. If I waste any more time it'll be too late. Tsuki decided he would ask Hinata to walk home with him. That if he could get Hinata to listen, then they could at least start being friends.